Hey guys, Claire here, and I have been really thinking about my favorite desserts from childhood in sort of a very nostalgic, emotional way. And today we're doing Spookie's rum cake, aka Slutty Wendy's rum cake. I love Spookie. She has this amazing personality and wit. As a kid, she always struck me as someone incredibly exotic. Like she always had like this fascinating kind of story to tell. And the rum cake really felt like part of that. Because to me, the rum cake was a little naughty. You know, I'm 8 years old and I'm eating this like really boozy, decadent cake. And I don't know, it always made me feel a little bit grown up. So I love this cake and it's really good. It's really, really good, especially with a cup of coffee. I love that. And I also love that it involves box cake mix and a pudding pack. So, I mean, that's pretty fantastic too. All right, so you can see I have like sort of what you would need to make a normal box cake. There's the yellow cake mix, some of the water, oil, eggs, and then to make it extra moist, we're adding a pudding pack. And then the key to this is obviously the rum. I'm using really dark rum. I'm using blackstrap rum. And I just love the flavor of it. It smells like vanilla and molasses and just, it's really wonderful. A little bit of cocoa powder, some vanilla. And then of course, got my bundt pan. This is a bundt cake recipe, which also tells you it's from the 60s or 70s. You can do any bundt pan, but the key to this is you wanna make sure the cake actually gets out of it. So I'm gonna grease this with some butter really well, and then add flour to it, and that's gonna basically make sure that whatever goes in here will pop right out. So let's get started putting it all together. So I'm actually gonna combine my wet ingredients. So single pudding pack is going in. So I'm combining together all of the wet ingredients first, and I have about a half cup of rum plus another 2 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna hold back a couple of tablespoons because there is gonna be an extra rummy kind of ribbon going around the top. So next I'm gonna add the cake mix, and then I'm gonna divide this into 2. So I wanna divide it in half. And in one of the halves, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of just unsweetened cocoa powder and the rest of the rum. So that's gonna be sort of the top layer of the bundt cake we're putting together. Now everything's ready to assemble. So I'm gonna put the cake together. I do the chocolate layer first and then the vanilla layer, and it smells so good. It's just vanilla and rum in the kitchen right now. And as I'm putting it together, I'm actually gonna call Spookie because I wanna tell her I'm making her rum cake, and I also feel like she'll be really excited to tell us the story. Sorry.
Hello, Claire.
Hey Spook, how's it going? Oh my God. I'm good. I just am putting together the rum cake. So I'm putting in the chocolate layer right now. And then I'm about to finish it off and then get it in the oven. I haven't made this in a little bit. I'm so excited to just enjoy it.
You know what I think is really important about that when you get to that point is making sure that when you do the chocolate part, that it's the same consistency as the yellow part.
Yep.
I always actually add a little bit of rum to kind of make it not as dry.
Yeah, there's a lot of rum in this cake. I held back about like 2 tablespoons and added it to the chocolate mixture because I think it is the same consistency. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Well, could you tell me a little bit about the recipe? I know it has like a really fun origin story, and I'd love to know too, like when did you start baking it? Because it's the thing I always remember you bringing. Like I always remember you'd bring over a rum cake, and that was like your thing.
It's right out of Las Vegas, actually. I don't know where it's originally from, but my friend at the time, Wendy, used to make this rum cake. She was the first one who made it, and I just loved it. The reason that I called it Slutty Wendy's rum cake is because I was getting ready to leave. I'd been dating this guy for a while, and then well, you know, Las Vegas is a place where they say a lot of crooks come from all over the world to graduate. And I guess Anyway, I got out of there pretty much as quick as I could, but Wendy just she just kind of took over and moved in with this guy. I couldn't believe it. She never even liked him.
Wait, so she got together with your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, with my ex-boyfriend, like right away.
Yeah.
So I got out of that town quick, but I came out with that rum cake and enough money to buy a piece of land in Australia.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to try it. I'm about to pop it in the oven, but I'll send you a photo and let you know how it goes, okay?
Excellent.
Well, I love you, Spook.
I love you, darling.
Thanks for hopping on the phone, and I'll talk to you later, okay?
Excellent day.
All right, bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao. I love her stories so much. So as she said, it goes into the oven at 325 for an hour on the dot. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, and then after that, just put a really simple rum glaze on top. The bundt cake is out of the oven, and you can see because I floured and buttered it, it kind of looks a little dull, but I'm adding the glaze, so it's gonna look like a shiny new penny. To make the glaze, it's really simple. I'm just gonna combine a cup of sugar, a stick of butter, a little bit of vanilla, and just a tablespoon of water. Cook it all down until the sugar dissolves and I get a really nice light sauce. So when I'm done with that, I'm gonna add the rum, because I actually don't wanna cook it off. I want it to have that rummy flavor, and then I'm gonna glaze the entire rum cake. The glaze smells amazing. I mean, to be fair, it is just melted butter, rum, and sugar, but oh, so good. So this is really thin. You can see it's like not a thick glaze at all. So I'm gonna be doing probably like 2 layers of the glaze, because if I do 1 layer, it'll kind of just wash off, but if I do 2 layers, the first layer will set a little bit, second layer will kind of be right on top of that. I should probably let this sit so everything can kind of soak in, but I'm too impatient. I can't do it. All right, so I'm gonna give myself a slice, but oh, this looks so good. This really sends me back. It's so delicious. And it's very lovely in its rumminess. I don't find this overly boozy, actually. I think you taste the rum, which I love, but you don't get that hotness of the alcohol. So it just adds this really sweet, rich, kind of deep flavor that is really unique for a cake. Oh, it's so delicious. Thank you, Spookie. Thank you for the recipe. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make this childhood favorite of mine. It's so good and easy to put together. You saw, it's like big impact, and really it's a fun recipe to make too, I think. But like the video if you like it, comment below. I love hearing from you guys. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.